Today we're going to get into the pros and cons of living in Carlsbad, California. Is the weather really all that good? Am I going to run out of things to do? Is the cost of living really that high? Well, we're going to cover all that right now. Howdy, howdy, my friends. I'm Chris Erickson, local real estate advisor here in North County, San Diego with Compass and part of the Beach Life Group. And this is where you subscribe to all things North County, San Diego. We hit up neighborhoods, buying, things to do around town, everything in between. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're dropping new videos here every Tuesday. We really love helping people relocate here. So if you're thinking about making a move, hit us up, call, text, email, whatever's easiest for you. And today we're gonna run you through all the ins and outs of what's it like to live here. There's some good, there's some bad. Let's jump into the pros and cons of living in Carlsbad, California. So we've done a few of these other videos around town: Encinitas, San Diego Hills, San Marcos. Usually have started with the cons. Today we're gonna jump into the pros. Number one pro about living in Carlsbad is the amount of things to do, the activities. You're never gonna run out of things to do. Starting with Carlsbad Village, a ton of restaurants, shops. You can kind of park, cruise around, get some food over at Campfire, maybe a cocktail. El Norte is another spot. They have some Mexican food down there, margaritas. Park 101 is a good indoor-outdoor space. Bring the kids along there. Pizza Port is a local brewery. They have a spot down there as well. So a lot of areas to explore. There's also a bunch of parks in Carlsbad. Poinsettia Park, it's got a bunch of sports fields around there. They recently redid kind of everything down there. There's a dog park in there. The playground is redone, put in some pickleball courts. So a lot of activities even to do just in that park. Alga Norte, right up the road. There's a skate park, one of the better playgrounds for the kids. And then there's an aquatic center right there, which is pretty rad. You get a pass for the summer, head down there, the water's super warm, there's a little splash pad. They have activities throughout the year, so keep you busy there. And then obviously the beaches. There's a ton of beaches down in Carlsbad, starting from right at the end of Carlsbad Village where we just were, going all the way down to Ponto. Get out there, surf, swim, play in the sand, volleyball, whatever you want. Stay active, stay busy. There's also biking right along the 101. A lot of people do cruise up and down there. So if you're into cycling, that's the spot to be. And as with every video, we like to bring in our local breweries. There's a handful of them in Carlsbad. One of our go-to spots is Version, started by some local boys here who went to La Costa, making really killer IPAs, hazy IPAs, a few other styles of beers in there. Carlsbad also has a few golf courses that are killer. The Crossings right off Palomar Airport Road, you get some great views looking over the ocean. You kind of see all of Carlsbad from up there. Aviara is another spot. It's another little community that does have a golf course in Carlsbad. And then La Costa Resort. Little on the pricey side. I actually haven't golfed there, but I've heard really good things. And then you have some hiking. If you want to head over to Calavera Hills, you could cruise up. It actually used to be a volcano back in the day. And so you could walk to the top. Some really great views up there as well. There's also the Carlsbad Lagoon, Legoland. There's a chocolate factory if you want to go on a chocolate tour. So activity-wise, you're going to be set. There's plenty of things to do in Carlsbad. Pro number two is going to be the convenience factor. So first off, you're going to have access to a few main freeways right there. Just north of Carlsbad is going to be the 78 freeway that could bring you inland to San Marcos or Vista if you need to commute. And the other main freeway is the 5 going north to south. So you could shoot down to San Diego, to downtown San Diego if you have stuff to do. The airport's right down there. It's probably about, depending on where you live, about 40 minutes or so. Or you can just shoot up to Orange County, once again about 45, 50 minutes depending on traffic. If you want to go hang out in Dana Point for the day or just cruise up to Orange County, you can do that as well. It's not too far. Shopping wise, they have the outlet stores, so you can cruise in there, kind of grab anything you want. There's also the Forum, which is kind of at the south end of Carlsbad. Bunch of shops there as well, some of the higher end stuff, Apple, Lululemon. And then right across the road, if you just keep going down El Camino Real, now you're in Encinitas, and there's all the big box stores that you need, Targets and Walmarts and Home Depots and everything in between. So convenient wise, you can just shoot right there. Also, if you just want to take a quick little vacation, you could shoot up to Palm Springs in a few hours, go camp up at Palomar Mountain, hit up Idlewild and cruise around. It's kind of like a little mountain town. You can just shoot to those places within a few hours, stay there for the weekend, shoot back. It's not too bad. Pro number three, Carlsbad's a pretty business friendly place. A lot of big companies are located there. The city is really focused on economic development and they want to bring a lot of jobs there. So there's some pretty big companies there. Viasat is like a telecommunications company. They have like a huge campus. Jenny Craig, there's a few of the big boys in golf, TaylorMade and Callaway. Reef, which is a sandal brand. If you guys remember back in the day, trading baseball cards, Upper Deck is located here. Carlsbad is trying to compete with some of the other big cities around as far as attracting that talent, tech-wise or others. They are pretty business friendly. It can't all be good, right? So Carlsbad does have some cons as well. Let's jump right into those. So the first con is gonna be the weather. Obviously, if you're looking for weather, this is not the spot. We basically have two seasons. We have the summer season and the not summer season. Now, if you're local, you might know of the third season, which is May and June. We call it May gray and June gloom. If you're living in Carlsbad, you'll see during those months, you're likely gonna have overcast skies. It's gonna be a little cooler. It does start heating up in that July, August, September, obviously. And once it does cool off and get to like 64 degrees, you will see all the local dads break out the standard issue Patagonia puffy jacket. So you'll probably see a lot of those around. If you don't have one, grab one. Really, all in all, weather's not bad. You know, you're living in San Diego. Everything you heard is true. Sunshine most of the days. But if you are looking for weather, obviously this is not the spot for you. So con number 2 is gonna be the cost of living. So it's definitely not a cheap place to live, going from home prices to childcare. And we did a whole video on the cost of living of all of North County, so you can check that out right above and kind of see how much it costs to live here. It kind of depends on where you live in Carlsbad for your home prices, as there's 4 different area codes. And so as you're kind of searching around, 92010 and 92009 are going to be a little more affordable than the coastal ones, just as something to be aware of. But yeah, it's definitely paying that sunshine tax here. So let's say you work in Carlsbad and the cost of living there is going to be a little bit too much. There's some other great options right nearby. San Marcos borders Carlsbad, and the cost of living, at least for housing, is a little more affordable there. San Alejo Hills is also another option. It's part of San Marcos, but it's kind of like its own little community. So those are a few options if you do want to work in Carlsbad or have access to all the amenities in Carlsbad but live a little bit cheaper. Those might be a good option. Con number 3 is going to be tourism. Not the actual tourists, just the actual influx of people coming into the town. Definitely during those summer months, you're going to get some more traffic, some more people, a little more hustle and bustling. So if you're going down like Carlsbad Village, you're going to have maybe a little bit harder time finding parking. If you're going down the beaches, definitely, because there's only a few main parking lots in Carlsbad along the beaches. So the earlier you go, the better chance you have of getting one. But as you cruise down, definitely during the summer months, it's going to get a little busier down there. There's also Legoland, which attracts a lot of tourists. The local summer is kind of like right after, you know, once everybody goes back to school, the tourism season stops. So kind of that September, October, it's really a golden time where the beaches are a little less hectic. You get a little more room to roam. It's not too shabby. So those are the pros and cons about living in Carlsbad, California. I will have a link right below for that cost of living video, so be sure to check that out if you want to know a little more in depth of actually how much it costs to live here. If you are thinking about buying a place and relocating to Carlsbad, California, feel free to hit us up, call, text, email, whatever's easiest for you. We love helping people out, even if it's just a question you had. So thanks for tuning in. I'm Chris Erickson, local real estate advisor here in North County, San Diego with Compass and part of the Beach Life Group. And this is where you subscribe to all things North County, San Diego. New videos dropping every Tuesday. Be sure to subscribe. Catch you next time.